free fall equation is going to be h of t is equal to negative 16 t squared, and that's when things free falling. Or in physics, it probably says h of t is equal to 1/2 gt squared, which g is negative 32, so it's negative 32 times half is negative 16. In physics, did you see it's negative 16 or you see 4.9? Negative 16. So negative 16 will be, yeah, so that's feet per second. So in physics, you're not gonna see negative 16. You're gonna see this, and you're gonna see meter per second, so which is negative 4.9 t squared. Or sometimes in your physics class, you're gonna see negative 5 rather than 4.9. I don't know. In your physics class, do you see negative 5 or 4.9? No, man, forget this. Projectile. That means you are throwing something up, right? So instead of throwing, you could possibly throw something up and come back down, right? And you say, oh, okay, well, I can throw something up and come back down. I can find out all the information about this. Yes, you can find all the information about this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a situation. Hold on, let me see what is the situation here. So I have a question in front of me. It says I'm standing on a ball. Is throw up upwards at 96 feet per second, and at initial height of 112 feet per second. 112 feet, sorry, 112 feet. So now, knowing that h of t equation is always going to be negative 16 t squared, which is, it doesn't matter what object, you're going to have a free fall. But now it matters how fast you throw upwards. Let's just say you play basketball, right? And you shoot the basketball. If you shoot a basketball, when the thing left your hand, then you're no longer in control of that ball. It's all based on gravity is pulling the ball down. It has nothing else. It just pretty much just gravity once the ball left your hand. Now, but it do matter when the ball left your hand. How fast is your hand moving? So this one is how fast your hand moving. V0 times t. Right? This is known as initial velocity times time. Now plus S0. S0 is called initial position. Is that okay? Now I'm going to write down some T stand for. T stand for time. Usually is in seconds. V0 means initial velocity. S0 means initial height. Now what's HT stand for? HT means height of object at given time. So that's all the possible thing you can have. Some people say this equation is very hard to remember. Just memorize this three part. Where you at? Plus how fast you throw up times time. Plus the gravity and the time involvement. So there's 3 parts. It's the height of an object at giving time. So if you plug in like 5, then you will know how high Fi is. So I'm gonna write this in terms of this equation. So I'm gonna reply this to here. What will be the equation of h of t? Well, that's gonna be negative 16t squared, right? What's the initial velocity here? 96t. Is that okay? Samuel, are you paying attention? Plus 112? You kind of zone out for a second. So this becomes my equation, right? What kind of information I can ask you on SAT or on anything? I can ask you, I'll ask you multiple information. The first, I will ask you, find the time the ball reach maximum height. Two, I can ask you, find the time, or find the height, find the maximum height. Third, I can find the time when the ball hit the ground. The fourth question I may ask is I can find average velocity. T equal to 1 and t equal to 3. T equal to 3. Okay, so first of all, how would I find the maximum height? Well, how do I find a time to reach maximum height? Find what? Okay, how would you find the vertex? Huh? Negative b over what? 2a. Can you find the time to reach maximum height here? Or you can actually find both at the same time. I'm going to show you in a second. You can find both at the same time. You can find the height and time at the same time. Using convert to vertex form using completing the square. But right now use negative b over 2a. Because next year it's going to be the same question, but it's with the calculus. Right now, you're going to see the same question on physics class. Who's taking physics right now? Isaac? You'll learn more in this period than 3 weeks over there. I like Greenwald though. Nothing bad to say about him. I don't like other people. We're not gonna get into that. Greenwald is not on my head list. Greenwald is a good guy. He will talk about banana tree a lot though. Right? Banana tree? Either banana tree or submarine. No?
Let's talk about football in our class.
You talk about football?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you guys find the time yet? It's an odd number.
You want to find us the time?
Yeah, find the time to reach maximum height.
That's super. For instance, the top of the function. That's going to give maximum max time. That's what I need.
You got what? 544 to find the maximum height? Did you find the time?
Yeah.
3 seconds?
80 on 7.
3 seconds, right?
Maybe she's gonna add max height is what. Yeah. 96 and yeah.
So guys, find out negative b over 2a, right? Negative what?
Minus 140.
96 over 2 times 16. Is that okay? That's 96 over negative 32. That's equal to 3. It takes 3 seconds to reach maximum height. Am I going too fast? Everybody should know how to do this. Negative b over 2a. That's why we use an axis symmetry. In SAT, probably have some question about discriminant too. Okay, but find the maximum height. How do I find the maximum height? Just plug in. That'll be negative 16 times 3 squared plus 96 times 3 plus 112. Now it's just all calculation. That's going to be negative 144. Why? Because 9 times 16 is negative 144. Plus, I believe that's 288. I believe that's 112. So those two together is going to be 114. 144 plus 112. So 256. I cannot teach you how to add. Trust me, I have half of the calculus kid doesn't got 356. I'm like, I can't really teach you how to add. You gotta learn how to add your own. It's 256. Do you guys get that or no? Okay. How do I find the time when the ball hit the ground?
The time it goes up plus the time it goes down.
No, that's not true because that's assuming you throw the ball on the floor. The problem is you throw the ball on the top of a building, so there's a shorter time to go up, longer time to come down. Yeah, you go straight up. You don't have angles. No, not two-dimensional. Then you had to deal with sine and cosines, which is not that difficult. Okay, how do I find the ball when the thing hit the ground? Plug in 0 for what? Not t.
H of t.
Good. H of t is equal to 0. Now guess what? You can factor out negative 16 because they all factor of negative 16. What's 96 divided by 16? What is it? 6, good. But this is minus 6t, right? How about 112 divided by 16? 7. Miranda is really good at calculations. T? I think that's a factor is going to be negative 7 and the t plus 1. Is that okay? T equal to 7. T equal to negative 1. Which one's extraneous? Why is the negative 1 extraneous? Because it cannot go back in time. That's called physical domain. So a lot of time people always talk about domain of the function. There's actually something called physical domain. Physical domain is how far something within the restrictions, right? So in this case, t equal to 7. You find out it takes 7 seconds to land on the ground. It takes 3 seconds to go on the top height, but it takes 7 seconds to fall on the ground. Wait, that doesn't add up, right? You're like, it should take 3 seconds above and just 3 seconds bottom. But the problem is you're not throwing at a on the ground level. If you throw on the ground level, it's gonna take 3 seconds to go up and 3 seconds to come down. That makes sense. But you throw on top of a building, it takes 3 seconds to go up, takes 7 seconds to fall down, or takes 7 seconds to all the way down. Extra 1 second. Do you guys know how to find average velocity? So those of you guys don't know, it's basically the changing height over changing time. So it'll be h of 3 minus h of 1 over 3 minus 1. So what's h of 3? We already know h of 3 is 256. What happened at 1? 1 is gonna be 192, I believe, over 2. So it'll be 8. 64 over 2, that's equal to 32. So that's equal to 32. Average velocity of t equal to 1 and t equal to 3. I'm sorry, this is 3. So just changing distance. I'm going to show you one trick. You can find both at the same time. Oh, sure, you try it? You want to complete a square? Do you guys remember how to complete a square? You want to try it first? Good thing is you already know the answer. So you probably will find out what you did wrong. But now is a good time to try if you know how to complete a square. So you can find part A and part B at the same time. What do we do on a completed square? What do I do first? Parentheses, the first two terms. Do I factor out? What do I factor out?
Leading coefficient.
Leading coefficient, not a t. You can factor out t, but it's not going to help you. You can factor out negative 16. Then it's going to be t squared plus, actually, it's going to be minus. What does that factor out? 6t plus 112. So I take the middle term, which is negative 6 divided by 2 square. So it'll be negative 3 square is equal to 9. So I'm at plus 9 here. Am I really gaining 9? What am I gaining?
144.
You lost 144. You're not gaining, you are lost. So in the back, I must add or subtract. So it'll be negative 16 times t. What is minus 3? It's going to factor perfectly. Plus 256. So you find the vertex, which is 3, and 256. Take 3 seconds, and 256. Now you're going to be using decimals a lot on even AP pre-cal, so not necessarily you have to buy a calculator anymore. Hopefully they don't have this issue by the time they take the AP exam, because this year is going to be hybrid. I hope they don't turn out to be like that. How are they going to put people they cannot put people in basketball gym anymore to do AP exam anymore because everybody kind of need. The computer's not charged all the way. I guess you have to charge your computer all the way every day. So you're gonna be like, hey, I cannot see anything about this graph. The problem is you don't set in the correct restrictions. Now, if you ever do this question on the decimals and you want to check your answers right, you cannot check the right restriction. So what you're gonna do is click on this wrench on the right hand corner. Try it. Try to make it a right dimension where I can see the whole graph. Try it on your own first because I don't want to show you how to do it. But you're gonna click the wrench. You're gonna try to manipulate that X and Y, and I'll show you how to do it in a second. Jocelyn, you paying attention? Trying. You have phone out and then you can try it. Diego, you too. I want you to try to set the correct X and correct Y so we can see the whole graph. Because you're gonna see two straight lines, you're gonna be like, what the hell is this? But okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change my wrench here. I'm gonna change my x-axis. Well, my x-axis, no point to have a negative. But usually I have some room in the back. I'm gonna say -1 rather than 0. And the time, I'm gonna say it's, well, at most probably take 10 seconds to fall. So I'm gonna change to 10. So the graph look like this, and you say, okay, well, let's try that again. -1 to 10. And the maximum, I'm gonna try with 100 first. And you say, oh, it doesn't work. 1,000? It could work. 1,000 would work, but 500 would probably be better. So let me change it to 500. And this is a perfect graph. This tells you at 0, t equal to 0, that's gonna give you 1, 1, 12. And it actually told you at any given time of the object. It actually told you it takes 7 seconds to fall on the ground. It tells you it takes 3 seconds to be on the maximum. It tells me a lot of information about this graph. Got it? That's how you see the whole graph. Everybody gotta try it. If anybody cannot see the whole graph like this, you should try it because that's gonna save your life on SAT. If a question gets this difficulty, then at least you can see the whole thing. You're not gonna see two straight lines. Is that okay? Diego, did you find a graph? Samuel, did you find a graph? Look, right now you don't have to know how to do any math, just knowing how to manipulate the machine. Chris, you got it? Elias, got it? I'm trying to help you with SAT skills. I honestly don't care about what happened to pre-calculus. I think you guys are gonna do fine, by the way. Last year we do fine. But I need to teach you certain things first. Now, let's tell you certain things, though. So, today, I'm gonna tell you something. Is it possible to find me this graph? This is the idea I want you to understand. Anybody will volunteer? Raise your hand. Winston, when's your birthday? What?
May 26th.
May 26th. So we're gonna say 5, comma 26. Okay, so probably this point here, May 26th. And we say we're not gonna label this. We're gonna say vertex. We're gonna label as a vertex. Okay. Anybody else want to share me their birthday?
April 4th.
April 4th. 4th? Okay, cool. Can I just say -4 and 4? Okay, so we have this. Okay. So we have this 2 points. And we're going to tell you this is a problem. It's impossible for me to find out the equation of this problem just based on those 2 points. One's a vertex, one's a random point on a graph. It's impossible for me to find a graph that does this. Going through those 2 points, with the vertex is at Winston's birthday, and with one other point is at Kelly's birthday, but it's -4. Yes.
Can we like do like a table and then put in the equation?
Yes, you could. Good job. That's actually a pretty smart move. But let's do it without calculator. What can I do to find the equation? Well, we have vertex. What does that mean? If I have vertex, what does that mean? If I have vertex, it means what? 5. 5 and 26, right? 526. I have a vertex here. What does that mean? I can convert to which form? Vertex form. Thank you. What is the vertex form? Ax minus h squared plus k, right? So can I say a times x minus what? 5 squared plus 26. You already went half the bottle there. I have a vertex. I can plug in the vertex form. Right? But we also have this random point. What is a random point? -4 and 4. This is the means the x. This means y, right? The only thing I need to find is a, but we have a y. Y is 4 is equal to a times x. X is what? What is x again? X is, sorry, this one's -4, this one's 4, right? What's the only variable I have left? The a, which is we can find. So this one is plus 26. Can I minus 26 on both sides? A is equal to what? -30. Right? So let's check if it's true. First of all, I'm going to plug in the thing. I'm going to plug in x minus 5 parentheses square plus k. Right? It's already have a point vertex there. Do you see that? We already established one thing. Now I'm going to go establish a second thing. I'm going to say -30. Oops, I did my calculation wrong.
That should be -4.
Let's go back to calculate. Sorry. This one is going to be x minus 5 squared plus 26, right? A, y. And we said what the coordinate is? -4, 4. So this one should be 4. And this one's -4. I'm sorry. I did not see that. Now, first of all, this one's going to be 4 equal to a times, I believe is 81 plus 26. Is that okay? Why is a -4 a +4? +4? Hold on, let's look at the equation. -4 for x. This is +4. Okay, so that's going to be subtract over. So that's going to be 22, 81. And a is equal to -22 over 81. And let's go back to plug in -22 divided by 81. Do you see that parabola that going through exactly the right place? So I have a vertex form. I can convert them. I can find out the equation. I can do it without calculator. You can check on the decimals to make sure. Well, your homework is gonna assign this way. The homework is gonna say vertex is like here, and this random point on the other side. Let's talk about you could find this too, and you can find the factor form, but we're gonna talk about that in a second. Using quadratic regression. If you have 2 points, you can actually use quadratic regression to find it. Same exact equation, but it's in the factor form or standard form. Any questions? I'll give you something. Let's see if you can find it. So let's say vertex is 217, and I like 420. I don't know what that meant. So can you find out what a vertex form that go through 217 and -420? If you find that, you should be able to match on decimal. You got it? No, I'm a grade tomorrow. Because tomorrow's the pepperoni day, so we're gonna grade tomorrow and hold on to it tomorrow. I'm gonna review whatever's on quadratic and we're gonna test. But it's everything about this, so just quadratic, just quadratic formulas.
Are you gonna post like a review?
I can.
Like,
Can you stream on Friday?
Sure, you're not gonna be here.
Okay.
yeah,
Why you not being gonna be here?
I have cousins.
So I'm gonna like.
And then there's other.
So remember,
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate you.